My name is Doreen Riley, and I'm Vice President for University Advancement at John Carroll University. It is my pleasure to welcome you for a very special announcement about the future of the John M. and Mary Jo Boler School of Business. In addition to this crowd of 250 students, faculty, staff, we have members of our board of directors, special invited guests, members of the Boler Dean's Advisory Council, and we extend a very, very special welcome to the Boler family. Mary Jo. Welcome, Mary Jo, back to campus. Judy, Jill, Jim, Mike, and Matt. We thank you so much for taking the time to be here, and we thank you for your leadership and support of John Carroll University. We also welcome David Lombardo, Mary Jo's brother, and his daughter Diana, so they're looking for their parking spot. We also welcome the CEO of Hendrickson, Gary Gertzenslager, and we welcome former JCU board member Al DeGellis and his daughter Meg. Welcome, special guests of the Boler family. We invited more than 11,130 Boler grads to attend today or to log in online to view this live web conference. Welcome for taking the time to view us today, to those of you online, and for those of you in the room. So in 1996, John and Mary Jo made a gift to John Carroll University to name the Boler School of Business. Over the last 20 years, we have accomplished a great deal to build the brand and reputation of our business program and of the university overall. We are here today because of John Boler and Mary Jo and the family. We are here today to celebrate John's legacy that began on this campus in 1952 when he came to a campus he had never seen or visited when his first day of school. He enrolled at John Carroll more than 66 years ago because we were a Jesuit Catholic university known for educational excellence and for developing leaders. John knew at a very young age that he wanted to be a leader. He wanted to run his own company and not work for someone else. He wanted to be in charge of his own fate and to be in charge of his family's destiny. While a student at John Carroll, John met Mary Jo Lombardo, his wife of more than 58 years. She was a student at St. Vincent's Charity Hospital School of Nursing. Together, they raised 5 wonderful children who are with us today. After graduating from John Carroll, John Boler began his business career with the Clevite Corporation, along with his classmate Jack Breen. When Clevite was later acquired by Gould, he was named Vice President of International. While his executive responsibilities often required him to be away from Mary Jo and the family and many other personal sacrifices, he never lost sight of his dream to own his own business. John Boler founded the Boler Company in 1977 by using an asset-based lending technique, which was the forerunner to the leveraged buyout. He acquired a small vendor in the transportation industry. Very much the entrepreneur, John made 8 acquisitions, and the largest of which was Hendrickson. John's expertise and leadership allowed him to build one of the largest privately held companies in the United States. Today, we are taking a major step forward thanks to John and Mary Jo Boler and the Boler family. At this time, I would like to invite the chair of the John Carroll University Board of Directors, Michael Merriman, class of 1978, to come forward.
Thank you, Doreen. It's an honor to be here with you today to celebrate the Boler family and John Carroll University. John and Mary Jo started something 20 years ago. Naming our business school gave us an important identity, one that we honor and cherish today. The Boler name honors our history and our values and demands that we be the best. Today, we are kicking off the Inspired Lives campaign for Boler. Today, I'm pleased to announce a historic investment in John Carroll University. I'm pleased to announce a gift from the Boler family of $10 million. This transformational gift to the Boler Future Fund will help and endow a College of Business at John Carroll University. Also, earlier today, the John Carroll University Board of Directors approved a name change for the John M. and Mary Jo Boler School of Business to the John M. and Mary Jo Boler College of Business. We are so grateful for your investment in our future, and we have more good news to share. I want to invite Dr. Jeanne Colleran, Interim President of John Carroll University, to come forward.
I've had the great privilege of getting to know the Boler family this past year, but of course I met John Boler when I was a dean and earlier in my career, and Father Niehoff always spoke so warmly of the Boler family. From his conversations with me, I came to know that John Boler was a great businessman, but also a great family man. He was a man for and with others. He had all of the qualities that we prize as a Jesuit college: generosity, humility, drawing near to God, seeking justice, and caring for the vulnerable. John and his wife, Mary Jo, live inspired lives. This past year, I've been grateful to see this plan unfold, but it brings me back to early days with working as provost with our dean of the school, the Boler School of Business, Al Miciak. I think from the first day that Al was hired, he began to imagine this day. Every hire he made, every program he developed, every piece of material that would describe the Boler School would one day, I hoped, result in this day of the Boler College for Business. When we were fortunate that the Boler family gave us so much of their time last semester, it was my job in our December meeting to talk about two things. One, the stability of the university, and two, Al Miciak as a leader. I'm happy to share with the Boler family that with our record enrollment, more than 1/3 of them wish to be Boler students. You are already contributing in ways that we can never count completely to the success of John Carroll University. It was very, very easy for me to speak passionately and with confidence about Al Miciak. He is an outstanding leader. He's a skillful strategist, but most importantly, to a Jesuit College of Business, he is an ethical leader and an imaginative one. So here we are today. We treasure the memory of your father. We honor your mother. We are grateful to all of the family. Thousands of future graduates of the Boler College of Business will attest by their success and by their ethical leadership to this very important day. And I understand there will be T-shirts that say Boler, and they do come in handy as you age. part of the gift today is endowing the deanship. So I am most privileged and grateful to bring up to the podium our very first endowed dean, the John M. Boler Dean of the Boler College of Business, Dr. Al Miciak.
Thank you very much, Jeanne. Thank you for everything. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to introduce some very special guests. Would all of our graduating seniors that joined us today please stand? Okay. Our seniors, taking time out of their senior week, whatever that is, okay, they had to stay home from Cedar Point or something like that, are a constant reminder of our mission, right, which is to prepare them to live inspired lives as great business professionals, great family and community members. So we wish you all the best, assuming nothing happens between now and Sunday, okay? That would be no. Good luck. We'll see you on Sunday. I'd also like the Boler faculty and staff with me today to please stand. So they are why I have the best job in the world. It's a fantastic group of people, completely committed to our mission, again, about preparing students to live inspired lives and inspired business lives. So I thank all of my colleagues for all the work that they've done to really prepare this incredible story of the Boler School of Business, now the Boler College of Business. So thank you very much. And finally, of course, I want to thank the Bolers, Mary Jo, and the entire family. You know, it's an incredible support of our university, of our school and now College of Business, and for me professionally and for my colleagues professionally, it is probably the greatest day in my professional life to be standing here now and being able to share our story for the future of the Boler College of Business. So thank you all very much. So John and Mary Jo did give us a gift that got us started 20 years ago in 1996 with the naming of the school. Again, honoring our legacy and our history and demanding that we be the best, bar none, at everything that we do. And so what have we made of their generosity? What has the Boler name come to mean at our College of Business? Many hundreds of leaders graduated out of our school and our university. No school in Ohio prepares aspiring accountants for their success on the CPA exam. Our finance program is one of a select few that is certified as an affiliate of the CFA Institute. We've established ourselves as a ranked business school in the Midwest and nationally ranked for our work in preparing students for readiness in the workplace by a national survey of employers done by Bloomberg Businessweek. We established our Boler Professional Development Program, which allows us to work with students from their freshman year through graduation and on to employment. And not to just get a job, but to get the job, to help them find and be competitive for the work for the organization in the role that they want, their first choice, not their second choice. And we've established a number of endowments in support of faculty excellence, including in entrepreneurship, in faculty research, global business, in values and ethics, and in accountancy. And to wrap up a 20th anniversary of the naming of the school, we did that by not looking backwards, but by looking forward with our Symposium on Sustainable Business, featuring Andy Savitz. And we remain among the elite business schools that hold accreditation for our business programs at the undergraduate and graduate levels, and also our separate accreditation in accountancy. John often talked about the impact that John Carroll had on him. And so I think it's obvious to see and to say that the impact that John Boler and the Boler family has had on John Carroll University is immense. And by extension, the influence on this region. And I am now extending our region from Chicago to New York City because of the influence and the success that John Carroll alumni have had in this broader region definition. So we plan to see this continue for generations to come. And that's why we've launched the Inspired Lives campaign. It's a $25 million campaign to invest in the future of the Boler College of Business. And success will not be measured on whether we reach our financial goals, but rather on how we prepare and educate the next generation of business leaders. And the next generation of business leaders, the millennials, and the generation that follows them, Generation Z, share a very different mindset. And, and the way they think about the role of business in society and how a company makes money is just as important as how much money they make. In addition to this changing mindset of the students that we teach and that the leaders that we form, it's a transformative time for business. Areas in globalization, environment and climate, and technology of all kinds, artificial intelligence, genomics, material sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, all of these things coming at rapid pace, changing the landscape for business and for business education. So as business transforms, Boler must transform also. So our challenge is really to create a new approach to business education that prepares bright minds to solve the pressing challenges of the world. And we believe we bring something very special to business education. And it's a 500-year-old Jesuit tradition of an education for the mind, the heart, and the spirit. So students come to Boler and understand how to balance profit with purpose, how to understand what's legally right and also what is morally and ethically right, to combine their business intelligence with social and emotional intelligence, and to understand how to create shareholder value at the same time creating value for society at large. So to capitalize on this opportunity, we must invest, and we must invest wisely. And the hallmark of the Boler School has always been the quality and distinction of our academic programs displayed in the center ring in the blue gear. And we've had programs of accountancy and finance and supply chain and marketing, all developed over the years to the same standard and expectation of excellence that was across the university's College of Arts and Sciences. And these are curricular programs, they're research programs for our faculty, and they're enrichment and outreach programs to provide students with immersive experiences, internships, and employment opportunities. Our College of Arts and Sciences brings the Ignatian heart. So this is the upper left-hand gear. They bring the Ignatian heart through the breadth and depth of a liberal arts education. And as I always say, there are no more enthusiastic, supportive alumni who love their alma mater more than John Carroll alumni. And they provide unmatched opportunities for our students to get work experience, internships, networking for permanent placements, and so forth. It's a fantastic network. So in the scheme, a lot of engineers in the room, small gears for power, big gears for speed. And so we're powered, again, by our Ignatian heart and our alumni support. So as we stand here in 2018, it's a point of inflection. looking at all of the success we've had since 1996 and where we arrive here in 2018 with the portfolio of programs that have established our reputation and our rankings in the marketplace today. And so now what we are faced with is how do we generate, right, the activity, the innovation, and the forward momentum to drive the curve going forward. And so it's our historic strengths meeting, right, the challenges of the future of business and the future of work. And so the investment from the Boler family to establish the Future Fund is going to provide the capital to generate a new momentum. And that new momentum will allow us to emphasize these 4 points. First of all, closing the gap between classroom learning and working as a business professional. Being able to measure every decision with data and analytics never before available. Understanding global impacts of activity around the world and how it affects your company and your operations domestically. And leaning in to the Jesuit values that guide all that we do and achieve at John Carroll University. This momentum will help us grow enrollment, grow partnerships, grow our facilities, and ultimately grow our reputation and what the name Boler will come to mean over the next decade and beyond. It'll also help us attract new talent, 21st century leaders, social innovators, women entrepreneurs, and women across the business fields, and expand our international partners network. The Inspired Lives campaign has 5 campaign priorities. The first is, we announced today, we're establishing a School of Accountancy and Information Science. That school will build on the bedrock foundation of our accountancy program, our Excellence in Accountancy program, and we'll move in the traditional areas of accountancy, including adding graduate education in tax. It'll also integrate data analytics in the accountancy program, data analytics across the Boler School, and then we'll look further into this information technology, the horizon issues, what marketplace demands are driving new educational opportunities and new programming coming from the School of Accountancy and Information Sciences. The second school we'll establish is a School of Leadership and Social Innovation. And leadership has really been the essence of success for John Carroll and for the business school, as marked by the slide early on, nearly 750 Carroll alums serving in senior executive roles or owners, business owners. But also this area of social innovation, I think, is addressing this millennial mindset and bringing together the mission of the university, Ignatian hearts with business minds and immersive experiences. And one example of this will be our enhanced commitment to our hometown of Cleveland, and particularly working in the St. Clair Superior neighborhood, looking for opportunities to assist with social enterprise, with business development, and educational opportunities with a number of partners in the East Cleveland community. Also, the School of Social Innovation will build on the strengths that we have here in our physical sciences. So chemistry, biology, and physics. These are the strong, strong programs in the College of Arts and Sciences. And there's a huge demand in the STEM-based startup companies and early stage companies in this region and beyond. And we need to be able to put together business education along with science education in order to meet those demands. Our third priority area is our Center of Excellence in Finance and Capital Markets. And we're currently building a wealth management track into our our historically corporate finance program. We're going to build wealth management and financial planning. And also developing a state-of-the-art capital markets lab equipped with the facility, the data resources, and the technology necessary for students to be successful in the marketplace upon graduation. Our fourth priority is Boler Global, which is bringing more international students to study here in Cleveland, having more opportunities for our Cleveland students to be studying internationally, and to internationalize everything we do in terms of the curriculum and diversifying our faculty and staff. And our fifth priority is in the area of professional development and infrastructure. And this is really building on the great success we've had with our Boler Professional Development Program, but really evolving that into a Center for Student Success, which integrates all the resources available across the campus to help students persist through their time as freshmen all the way through graduation and beyond. In addition, we need to adapt our facilities to the changing nature of business education, particularly integration of new technology in the teaching and learning process. There are over 200 colleges and universities in the Jesuit network worldwide, and 28 universities here in the United States. And so you wonder, why did the Jesuits spend so much of their time and resources in developing a network like that? And the answer is quite simple, right? To inspire young people and educate young people in order to go out and change the world for the better. And so at Boler, we believe that good people are good for business. And we're inspired by the words of Pope Francis, who talks about business as a noble vocation. And he challenges us to understand what is the role of a business school at a Jesuit Catholic university. And further, to explore issues around economic inclusion and environmental stewardship in the conduct of commerce. But just as good people are good for business, we also believe that good businesses make for a good society and a great nation. And we recognize and acknowledge the unrivaled capability of American business to innovate for sustainability. And also the drive for global capital investment to reward companies for their performance on environment, social, and governance issues. So the Boler opportunity is really to take our core strengths, to meet the challenges of the future, grounded in the Ignatian values that guide all of our success at the university and in the business school. So here is a quote from John Boler, and I love this quote because it is the definition of inspired life. And I also think it captures the entire history of John Boler and the Boler family with this institution, because we now reflect on this quote in 2018. He spoke these words in 1994 as he gave the commencement address to the graduating class. But he was reflecting on his own graduation in 1956. And the three most powerful words that I left out of this quote was, "It was understood." It was understood that we would not be judged on how or if we reached our own goals, but on how we helped others reach theirs. That is the definition of an inspired life. It's the life that I see in so many of our Carroll graduates. And I'm here to tell you today that it is still understood in the Boler College by my colleagues that this is in our mission statement. And they have dedicated their careers to this pursuit of helping our students to reach their full potential. So I would like to close by inviting all of our alumni and friends, all my colleagues from across the campus, and invite you into our mission to graduate students who live inspired lives. I want to thank you for your time today and allowing me to share a message about the future of the Boler College. Thank you all very much. It's now my pleasure to ask Matthew Boler to come forward and speak on behalf of the Boler family. Matt.
Thank you, Al, and thank you for reminding, I'm sure, all of my siblings and myself that there were a lot of things that were just understood growing up. A little bit of a flashback there. You know, I'm standing up here representing my mom, my brothers and sisters, and most importantly, my late father, John Boler, class of '56. As many of you know, my father wrote a few books about his career, with the most notable being titled Leap of Faith. I have a couple of thoughts about the book. One, there's a quote early on in the book that I think revealed quite a bit about his personality, and you could miss it if you weren't really paying attention. But he said first early on, he wrote, "Many of my readers know me and my story well, and many see things differently. If you do, I invite you to write your own book. This one is mine." As the academics in the room can tell, my father was not cut out for academia or peer review. I always loved that mischievous side to my father. Second, the title is not an accident. Leap of Faith represents an underlying theme to my father's life and his career in business. The notion of taking leaps of faith throughout one's life sums up my father. One of the biggest and earliest leaps of faith for my dad was coming to John Carroll. When I learned that he'd been offered a free ride to Ohio State, I asked him why a poor kid from Merriman, Ohio, would instead opt to go to John Carroll and pay his way through. He told me he really wanted a Jesuit education. He said a group of Jesuit priests came through Merriman and spoke about John Carroll at his school, Merriman Catholic, and he decided then that he was going to JCU. My dad had complete confidence in himself, that he would be successful in one day owning his own business, a goal to give him and his family real financial security. However, he also felt strongly that he could not achieve that success unless he was strongly rooted in his faith. He once told me that life and business are both complicated, and there will be times of great soul searching. You cannot be successful unless you have a foundation of values and beliefs to fall back against. He was Catholic, and he was a Jesuit. Our family is very grateful for what John Carroll gave my father, and ultimately all of us. My father always credited the importance of his career, of the education that he earned at John Carroll, but in many ways his whole life was shaped here. He met my mother, the love of his life, and his true partner in this adventure called life, and he made lifelong friends, his closest friends, here at John Carroll. When he left this world a little over 2 years ago, we included 3 images on his grave marker that we think helped define the man that he was. So on there, the first thing we have is the star from the Marion Star newspaper, which was his first job at the age of 6. We have the logo of the Boler Company, the company he founded and built, which today employs over 5,000 people in 15 countries around the world. And finally, we have the name and logo of John Carroll University, the place that helped him choose the narrow path grounded in faith of high risk and high reward in everything that he did. I think it's true that you do not teach values, but rather you live them. In that vein, my dad was always philanthropic. We tend to remember his generosity and his substantial financial giving, but really the financial gifts were a tool that became available to him after he was successful in business. Prior to that, throughout his entire life really, he was and remained philanthropic in his actions and his time for others. His philanthropy was seldom random. It always had a purpose, often just a desire to help as many people as possible, just as he felt he was often helped by others. Because he wanted to help as many people as possible, My father believed in building a team of people that shared his passion for a cause. He was almost always successful at this. With building a team in mind and with regards to major giving, and especially when involving John Carroll, my father often gave in the form of a challenge. He wanted to reach the alumni, families, and friends of John Carroll to remember why this place was so special. Why building on this place that prepares so many young people for a role in this world, a role that is rooted in faith, is so important. We hope and believe that he is proud today as the Boler family once again challenges the John Carroll family to step up and join us in building further one of my father's great passions, the John M. and Mary Jo Boler College of Business at John Carroll University. My father was fiercely competitive, and we ask you to be like him today. Recognize the need for a great business school that is not only innovative in its teaching approaches and philosophies, but also teaches future leaders to remember that much of what they achieve is possible only through a greater power. Recognize that the Boler College of Business prepares leaders for today who have a moral compass and a desire to be a force for good in this world. We're very proud to have our family name associated with the College of Business here, but we are even more proud of the many that will step up to our challenge and join in my father's passion. So please, let's come together as a team and take a leap of faith together to build a great Jesuit College of Business for John Carroll University. Thank you.
Matt, Mary Jo, I want to express my gratitude on behalf of the Board of Trustees of John Carroll University for this major investment and for you taking a leap of faith in us. Several alumni and board members are stepping forward today, including my wife Libby and me, and we are accepting the Boler Family Challenge. I'm pleased to announce that $5 million more have just been committed today You keep inspiring. $5 million more has just been pledged today to kick off the Inspired Lives campaign. This brings the total to $15 million to kick off the $25 million goal for the Inspired Lives campaign. We cannot succeed without all of you. I invite all Boler alumni and the community to join us. We want to achieve success and meet the challenge outlined by the Boler family. And before I introduce my next speaker, I just want to share an anecdote. This morning I was walking across the quad praying for good weather for Sunday's graduation, which is always something we pray for the day after Mother's Day. And I had a chance to walk by the memorial fountain. And the sun was coming out, and I decided to walk in and look at the fountain again. And there's our Blessed Virgin Mary there, and right in front of the fountain there are three names, Memorial Fountain, John Boler, Jack Breen, Al DeGullis, class of 1956. And I said a quick prayer of gratitude for the three families and what a legacy those three families have had on John Carroll University, and you inspire all of us to the greater good, for the more, for others. And with that, I'm pleased to announce our next president, Dr. Michael Johnson, We are very excited about John Carroll's future under his leadership. Please help me welcome Michael.
So thank you, Michael. I'm honored to be here today for this momentous occasion, and I'm excited to lead this amazing university with such an innovative business program. Its faculty, staff, its students, your work is inspiring and makes us all very, very proud. It's fair to say that John and Mary Jo Boler have had an outside and profound impact on John Carroll University, our students, and Northeast Ohio. Boler is a college that is globally focused, nationally recognized, and regionally centered. This $15 million investment in the Boler Inspired Lives campaign, and especially the $10 million gift from the Boler family, provides huge momentum for the college and the university. John Carroll is a strong institution, but our work is not finished. Today, we invest in the future of business education, growing a school into a college and inspiring many business lives to come. We are more than ready to carry the ball forward, to expand our impact in business and in Jesuit education in this country and beyond. To the Boler family and all who have contributed to the campaign, we thank you enough. We can't thank you enough for your support and are committed to the investment you have made in us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Johnson. Today is significant for John Carroll University. As we kick off the Inspired Lives campaign, we invite your help. We need your investment to make a difference in the lives of our students, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, and the greater community. At the end of this presentation, there will be a web address to learn more and to log in to make a gift. Please support us.
I am what I am. I am not what I follow. For if I am what I follow, I am not what I am. The Boler College of Business at John Carroll University has never followed fad or fashion. Since our inception, we've been inspired by a 500-year-old Jesuit tradition of caring for both the individual and the common good in order to get tomorrow right. We are not judged by how we reach our own goals, but rather how we help others reach theirs. That's how John Boler wanted us to live our lives and sustain our future. Today, the Boler College of Business has become what it hoped for. Bloomberg Business Week ranked us #1 in the U.S. in preparing students for careers. #1. We're globally focused, nationally recognized, and regionally centered. So bring us your curiosity, your resiliency, and your humility, because those traits are without question still good for business. We are now being asked to lead a new kind of world, where a tsunami of data full of potential insights greets us even before we finished breakfast. But know this for certain. Our teachers, scholars, and our executives and residents will show you how to navigate these changes fearlessly, and you will be inspired by your own success. Abraham Lincoln said he was a success because he had a friend who believed in him, and he didn't have the heart to let him down. We will be that friend who believes in you. We'll teach you to be a success, but more important, a person of value to your family, to your company, and to the world. And if you can be an inspiration to just one more person along the way, you will be unstoppable. You will have chosen an inspired life. You will have chosen Boler. The Boler College of Business at John Carroll University. Live inspired.